What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the most important NYCFC podcast. You're listening to and watching the Dudes in Blue, episode number 88. It's Monday night, February 5th, about 8 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm your host, Joe Amato, and alongside me, as always,
Anthony Scarcello. What's up, everybody?
Dude, what's going on?
Not much, man. Not much. Just looking forward to diving in today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good show, I think, dude. We got some more preseason to talk about. We had a new kit leak that we gotta talk about that a little bit. Maybe we touch a little bit on the stadium news that's kind of circulating around the internets, and that's pretty much it. You know, we're right off the bat, dude. We're saying hi to John Levin there. He's popping in already, giving us that first comment. What is up, buddy? Thanks so much for popping in. Make sure to give us the follow, by the way, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Dudes in Blue. And join in on the conversation, guys. We'd love to hear from you. If you're watching on Facebook Live right now, leave us your comments, leave us your thoughts, whatever you want to talk about. Really, it's kind of an open floor here. And if you're listening at home on your favorite podcast device, leave us the review on iTunes. The comments on Facebook are always helpful as well. So, that being said, dude, where do you want to start? Besides you telling me how the hell you made that backdrop.
This is actually Lauren's idea. We were trying to figure out what would be a cool backdrop to have, and I was like, well, I've got all these jerseys, so let's figure out how to do it. So this is actually a $20 rolling clothes rack from Bed Bath and Way the Hell Out There. And I just pretty much hung everything up there, and I like the way it looks. I got Mr. V over here. I got me over here. I got a keeper jersey right in this area
vicinity.
So I like it. I think it's pretty cool, and it allows me to change it up every week. You know, we could throw different jerseys. We could throw some scarves up there. You know, whatever we'd like.
Yeah, really. I think mine's lame compared to yours. Dude, last week I had the NYCFC kind of blanket backdrop behind me, and right after we got off the show, the thing completely collapsed. So
it held out long enough.
It held out enough time for me to not look like a complete moron on live television.
Well, listen, we'll go get one of these things. We'll set you up. We'll make it look nice, and we got a little studio going here, a little studio atmosphere.
Anthony will show you how to. deck out your room in NYCFC gear. Just go to dudesandblue.com and send us a message.
I can help. I
think so. So as some more people join us, leave those comments, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously. So dude, about all the players are at preseason now training, and we just had a match against Jacksonville, who NYCFC beat. I mean, that was kind of an easy. I don't want to say easy, but we kind of saw it coming. You never know what to expect out of games like that, but that was pretty much on par for the course, right?
Well, you never want to lose those games, but it's nice. The preseason is mainly about getting players minutes who you're going to have to turn to secondarily. You want to see who you can use as your bench players, who are your main depth guys, who's going to be able to play solid. Some guys are jockeying for a position, playing the same spot. You want that healthy competition, which I think we have at a lot of spots. I think you've got two quality players at each position at this point. So right now it's really about getting these young guys minutes, these players who you're not sure about, you're not sure how long they're going to play, and just really it's trying to get everybody back into game shape. But the first couple of matches are really more for let's get everybody minutes and see who fits where.
Yeah, so we saw the highlights from the Jacksonville game, and the one person that kind of stood out to me and it was really Anton Tinnerholm. And I think, again, we're going by such a small sample of footage here. I mean, it really wasn't that great. But the dude scored a goal. Ran up the wing. The guy seems like he's got some guts and wants to earn that spot. I think if he's got a good combination of offense, defense, I don't see why he's not that spot. He's not that right back spot.
Yeah, no, I mean he was definitely featured in a lot of those highlights, the few that were there. But I mean, not afraid to shoot, not afraid to get involved in the attack. Listen, as long as you can track back and cover your spot, that's really what you want. You want to attack the wings, and you have to have all your guys capable of doing that. That play on the outside. So, I mean, you look at Moderita and Medina have like a little friendship thing going there where they're going to play well together. It looks like they're going to overlap. They're going to be able to play defense. Moderita definitely has that offensive prowess. He likes to get the ball in the box, likes to get those crosses in early. So for me, the wing play, again, it's going to be huge this year. It just comes down to who's going to be playing where at this point, because you have two serviceable left backs in Ben Sweat and Ronald Moderita. You've got the wings are still wide open. I mean, it's anybody's taking. Whoever wants it's going to earn it in these next couple of weeks. So I guess for me, it's just you really want to see what these new guys have and who can step up when called upon, because we know what the guys that have been here can bring. Hopefully, with more minutes, some of those guys mature a little bit more and get some more scoring chances. But it's about being sound on both sides of the ball. So I want to see what everybody can do on offense and defense. But right now, our wings look like they're going to be strong as ever.
Yeah, I think so too. Just to throw up a comment here, John Levin really quite pleased with Tinnerholm.
Really quite dilly.
He's quite really pleased. So yeah, it's again we're talking about such a small sample size here, and as the weeks go on here. I mean, dude, we're less than a month away from opening day. We got a few more matches of preseason. Hopefully, we'll get to watch those matches live in some capacity, whether it's streamed online or on TV or something like that. But I think I'm looking forward to these two LA matches that we have coming up this week. We've got LAFC and then LA Galaxy, which is actually being played at the StubHub Center, which is kind of cool. So that'll be I would love to be able to watch that. I'm sure everybody would agree. And if anybody knows of a place that we're going to be able to watch these matches, please let us know. Let us know in the comments, or send us a message and let us know.
Yeah, I know a couple of games are behind closed doors. The Real Salt Lake should be a scrimmage. That's later on in the preseason, so I'm not sure if you're going to get to see those. But these two, you should be able to see somewhere. Hopefully,
they made a pretty big deal about the LA Galaxy game when that match was announced, right? So you would think that would be that would be broadcast in some capacity, right?
Yeah, I would think so, and I think the LAFC game would end up being something that people would want to see, especially with their YouTube deal. Maybe that's one of those things that they're streaming live as a free preview for YouTube TV. I'm not sure, but again, if you guys don't let us know first, we'll definitely be the ones to bring it to you.
Yeah, as soon as we know,
we'll ask around and see.
Get it out there, and then we got the friendly against I forget the club. It's Atletico San Luis next week on Tuesday, which is
that one should be televised. No,
it should be, but again, it's still not. There's still nothing. I can't find anything that says when. Where. I just have the time, which is going to be Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. And actually, to bring it up, the Saturday matchup against LA Galaxy is on at 10 p.m. So whenever that's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm excited just to see whatever I can get my hands on at this point.
I know. Just want to watch some soccer, man. Right?
Yep.
Dude, I gotta put up Uncle Dom here. Damn spell check. Good job, boys. Love it. Love the comments, guys. Leave them if you got them for sure. I think probably we got a comment here. We got a comment on the game here. Mark Booth said no broadcast for the LAFC game. They were working on a broadcast info for the Galaxy. So that's coming from Mark Booth. If that's correct, John, thanks so much for dropping that comment. I didn't catch that, dude. So if that's accurate, then we might just have to get some highlights after the fact.
Yeah. Listen, we'll get what we can, but again, this is an opportunity. I mean, everybody loves seeing it, so I don't know why in some capacity they wouldn't try to put it out. I mean, listen, the cameras, the self-filming and the cell phone videos, like, they're okay, but I mean, you really want to be able to see the whole field and see what guys are doing, going up and down the field. So hopefully, a couple of them will be shown, and we'll get to see what goes on beforehand.
Yeah, it would certainly be nice. So, dude, the other relatively big piece of news, potential news that came out this week is the new secondary kit for the boys in blue here. And I'm gonna throw that up on the screen here. We've got a look here. This is from Dust Bunny 8 on Reddit, so credit to him for somewhat leaking this kit. But we kind of had similar predictions, right? Dark gray kit, white lettering with some sky blue in it somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the training jackets are pretty much this color gray with this color, lettering, symboling, and whatnot. So you had to figure it was somewhat close to that. I just find it funny how literally like the day after they put out the video, which in the first frame you can clearly see blue stripes on a dark colored something that whoever's carrying the Etihad bag puts it in. Again, I don't think it's fake. I'm pretty sure it's not photoshopped for all you crazy people that keep saying,
no,
it's
there
photoshopped.
was a tweet.
Like,
there
I don't
was a
think
tweet that kind of disproved that being photoshopped. So I think what happened was the person that hung that kit realized either that he did it intentionally or made a mistake and got fired because they replaced it with a New Jersey kit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those boxes are labeled like do not open until such and such a date. Don't put on display or anything like that. Listen, maybe he was a fan and wanted to show everybody. Maybe somebody said put the New York jersey out there and they just got confused, which is okay.
Or not confused and actually accurate.
Possibly. Quite possibly.
It's more accurate than confusion. But we want to know what you guys think. We posted it out there, and we got definitely a lot of mixed feelings on it. So if you guys have comments on that, let us know what you think about the new kit. Again, it's probably going to be unveiled in the next couple days, right?
It should be completely released on Wednesday, and I'm sure it would probably be in the stores by Wednesday afternoon. I mean, considering the store already has it, I don't see why they wouldn't. But my guess would be Monday the latest.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, dude?
I'm not a huge fan of the stripes coming out of the armpits there. But here's the thing. I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to buy it.
I mean, listen, I've been advocating for a gray jersey of some type ever since we saw the parlay kits. Those were awesome, and I think gray is really a color that embodies New York City. I mean, everything is gray. Buildings, concrete, the concrete jungle. I mean, it's gray. It's gray, so it's only fitting that's the main color. I love the color scheme. I love the stripes. I don't like the fact that it's a cookie cutter jersey. I don't like the fact that our last secondary kit was very out of the box, and this one is more of we're just taking a template that we already have and just throwing your color scheme into it. Other than that, I do love the jersey, and I will be purchasing it the minute I can. It's actually funny that the hat I'm wearing is actually the same color scheme, which is awesome. I don't have to go find one this year like I always do.
There you go.
But again, I enjoy it very much. I think it's going to be an awesome shirt. I hope they actually wear it more than twice a season at this point.
I know that was my biggest gripe with the Hypno kit was like they wore it like twice, right? I want to throw up a couple comments here, dude. Gio Trombetta, ugly kit, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. 5 thumbs down to be exact, dude.
Listen, if you have 5 thumbs, you have a serious problem, sir.
That's right. He's got 5 thumbs. He's very talented. Andres seems positive about it. Had I not seen the Columbia one before, I would have loved it more, but he digs it, right? That's cool. We still got Jorge is saying that he's still buying it no matter what. And Ari is saying that the gray is fire. Yeah, I totally agree. I think the gray is pretty hot. So, actually I'm going to throw up another comment here. This is a big one from Gio, Trombetta again. Yeah, I'm 100% going to buy it. I'm going to go through withdrawal. I'm going through withdrawal. We all are. It doesn't mean I have to like it. I acknowledge that I'm a consumer and they have me in the palm of their hand.
It's
I'll
like the old
buy every
meme,
kit until I
shut up
die,
and
damn
take
it.
my money.
Just take my money, please. I wish I could throw that
That's
gif
it.
up there, right?
That's it.
And I'm gonna throw one more comment up here. Dude, Uncle Dom is saying, why do they have to change colors? The Yankees have the same colors for about 80 years. When NYCFC has 26 MLS Cups, they keep the color of the kit that they wore that season and never change it. Until
There you
then,
go.
trial and
We
error.
try them all. We're going to try them all. We didn't win with navy blue and orange. Well, maybe we'll win with gray and light blue.
I think the navy blue orange was too close to the Mets, and some of that maybe rubbed off.
And that's why.
You know, so no offense to any Mets fans, it's just facts. So new kit. I'm gonna buy, dude. There's no way I'm not buying this kit. It's just.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be
I wasn't
awesome.
crazy about the Hypno kit when it came out, and I was like, Kara, why don't I just get it for me for my birthday?
Just let someone else buy it for you. That's the main thing.
That way I don't have to.
I'm sure if you get it as a gift, I mean, you'll just be like, hey, I love it. It's great. I didn't pay for it, so who cares?
Exactly. Dude, what else is on your mind? And guys listening out there, tell us what's on your mind this week. I know it's kind of a quiet week. Next week we should have a lot more to talk about for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see the team finally training together fully as a squad, relatively as a squad. We have Ebenezer Ofori, who's being talked about something with his visa. We're waiting for him to, with that visa to come through, and he's a new midfield depth signing potentially. So, dude, a lot of new faces. I didn't think there were going to be as many new faces this year as there were.
Yeah, no, I mean, you really got to look at it where a lot of the trialists that end up showing up last preseason, aside from Ben Sweat, really didn't get minutes to play if they were even signed.
And that was really only as a result of injury.
You got to look at it as they're not going to have all these faces here, for opening day of the season.
Right.
Very few of the trialists are going to make it. I couldn't tell you who is at this point because they haven't played enough. They need minutes. But this is the way of the league. You're going to have a lot of turnover year after year just because that's the way it goes. It's going to be 2 years per player, and if you excel, they'll keep you longer. If not, they'll show you the door. So I wasn't expecting to see so many people, but again, a lot of guys didn't get a lot of minutes last year. Mikey Lopez didn't get a lot of minutes. Sturzer didn't get a lot of minutes for good reason.
Yeah. I've talked to him like numerous times. He does not talk like that, but he looks like he talks like that.
Oh yeah, he's totally. I don't know. It's really difficult because you want to find these guys minutes, and you're not going to displace people who are solid at their spot. It's just not going to happen. You want to have two good guys at each position, but you got to remember only 3 guys can get in after the starting 11. So, people are going to miss out, and you don't want to keep having turnover in your week-to-week matchups in your roster because you just need some cohesion to start off with. So, I'm excited to see what these new guys can bring. I want to see playing and see what playing out of the back is like when you've got a couple of new guys involved. And hopefully, as long as we stay healthy, I think we're going to have a great year. But you really want to know who's bringing what to the table and maximizing the skills of who you have on the bench. If you got an energy guy and you need energy and you're not putting him in for whatever reason, I mean, you're doing yourself a great disservice. So I'm hoping that Jonathan Lewis can step up and get some more minutes. I'm hoping that Medina is another Jack Harrison type player where he's going to put in a lot of goals, put in a lot of assists.
For that DP slot, he's got to do a lot more than Jack did.
And frankly, I need more from Maxey in a DP slot. I really need more from Maxey.
We talked about that last year, dude, for sure. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. He certainly on the assist front, was certainly there. But I just feel like playing through the smallest guy in the field just doesn't seem like a good strategy.
No. I think Alex Ring is going to be solid again, as he was last year. And I'm, for one, glad he's playing deep in the mid because he just stops everything. He was fantastic last year. The odd person out right now for me is Yangel Herrera. Only here for one more year. So I think he's going to be challenged for his spot. And I just think that, I just think that the inexperience he showed last year where, you know, he had a couple good moments in games, but he was reckless at times. He got that red card against Chicago in the 12th minute.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. And he pushes it to the limit, you know, he pushes the line as far as he can when he plays. And again, that's great if you can control yourself afterwards, but just too many yellows and not enough production. Again, I don't think you need three guys in the midfield to play defense because we had a lot of trouble last year scoring goals second half of the season.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. And I guess that's what you want to see out of your midfield this year. And honestly your wings too, because let's face it, you know, second half of the season between Rodney Wallace and Jack Harrison, we really had not a lot to show for it, right? So
not at all.
You really hope that Wallace steps up his game. You hope that Medina's going to be able to bring some scoring threats. Jonathan Lewis, of course, and yeah, you just want to see more. And for the love of God, we need to have a couple of Magna moments.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care if he comes on as a sub and scores from one box to the other. I just want to see that man put one in the in the upper 90 from at least 30 yards out.
Yeah, listen, he should be in the running for. I think for me, he's more suited as a substitute, but keep him there.
I'm good with that, dude. I'm totally good with that.
Keep him in the same spot. Don't move him to the midfield. Don't move him around unless you're in. I would try to keep him in the same spot up on the left, and just give him here. Again, it's tough when you're in a tight matchup and you're limited to who you can sub in. It's nice if you're up a goal or up 2 goals and you want to throw them in there to get some work done. You can't be afraid to pull guys out, you know, a little earlier, give them a little bit more of a break. If Rodney Wallace had a good game and he put a goal and an assist together, you know, in the 55th minute, why not take him out and give somebody else some minutes to keep everybody fresh?
Yeah. Yep. No, I would tend to agree with that. I guess it really
things like that you got to do.
Situation to situation, and
yeah.
And I think that for me is going to be that's going to be a big issue for me for Patrick Vieira. We talked a lot about managing game to game, but he wasn't really that great at managing half to half. The decisions that a lot of times were made were pretty poor with the choice of subs and things like that.
He had his good games and he had his bad games, which is normal. I mean, again, he's still a fairly young coach, so we don't put the blame squarely on him.
Sure.
But there were some moments where you're just like scratching your head. Why isn't this guy playing? Why aren't you putting this here? Why aren't you playing to your strengths? And again, I think he wasn't helped out by the level of play. The level of play was subpar for most of the second half of the year. I need to see more selfishness out of certain players. I need to see shots more often. I need to see shots from all over the place. You can't just keep laying off the ball to the next guy hoping that he'll take the shot because eventually the ball gets lost and it goes the other way.
Yeah, dude, I want to grab a couple quick comments here. Jorge saying...
Yeah.
While true, wasn't Yangel promised a spot in Man City? If we promise young talent a spot in England via NYC and then cut them, it's going to be hard to get young talent to come from abroad. I don't know if that's true. Was he promised a spot at City?
I don't know if he's promised a spot, but the kid's only 19, 20 years old, and he's still got a lot to prove.
That I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's true. I think they're playing him at NYC because they want to see what he can do. And if you're getting outshone by somebody else, that's Man City's problem. You know, he's a very good bench player. He coming in, he's got fresh legs. He's got the grit. He's got the attitude, which is nice because I don't think you're going to see him get 2 yellows in the second half of a game. Especially with only 30 minutes to play.
Right.
But I don't particularly know if that's the route they want to go. I don't know if they want to have he and Ring together and Maxey because you have all these depth guys now where some of them might be might be better, and you have to play your best guys. I'm sorry, promises or no promises. Like we have to win games. We have to win, and if he's not part of the 11, if he's part of the 18 and we win, that's fine. It just comes down to, I don't know if it's going to discourage people from coming. It's going to show you that you have to put in work. Jack Harrison put in work, and he got to, he is where he is now.
Got the call. Yeah, exactly.
So you have to put in work, and if someone's working harder than you, you have no one to blame but yourself.
You have you got to look at it as positive contribution versus negative contribution, right? In a match. I want to throw up another comment here, dude. Ari is saying Herrera is going to be a beast. He didn't play a lot with the team in the middle of the season. I think Herrera and Ring bring the toughness in the middle. Herrera, Collins, and Chanot. That's all well and good, but do you need all of the? Do you need another Alex Ring in the midfield? Is my question. And my follow up to that is, do you think that with maybe some maturity, young Hel Herrera could be at the level of Alex Ring?
Listen, anything's possible. My issue is who's getting the ball forward.
Right.
Who's getting the ball forward?
It's more of an offensive question than anything.
We did not have a problem on defense last year. Our defense was solid with what we had. Our issue was our midfield scored 0 goals. We had no help from the midfield whatsoever. That can't happen. You need to create from all over the field. And when you have that stopgap between the defensive mids and your one offensive mid, it's really, really difficult to get the game going. And you end up keeping the ball in your half for far too long. You kill too much time. Again, will he be a beast? That would be great. But he's got to be able to transition that beastness from defense to offense and get the ball forward. He did score a nice goal against Columbus. I think it was a game winner early on in the year last year, and then he left to play with Venezuela for a while, so he wasn't available. You got to see more of that. If you could do that and play defense, I think he's got a wonderful role in this team, and I would love to see him play. I want to see Ring more offensive, but at this point, with so many missed shots last year.
But do you need him to be?
I don't think so.
If you've got Maxey and or that third question mark producing, I don't think you're gonna see you're not gonna see Alex Ring be that box to box guy. I don't think he serves well there. I think he's really he's the fifth defender that plays a little higher.
Yeah, and for me,
and he could distribute. That's it.
It's an if though, because the other guys up front have to produce.
Yeah,
they have to produce. It's simple as that. One goal from the midfield is not acceptable. Losing 8 games by a goal or not scoring in 4 of those 8 games is unacceptable. You have to be able to generate offense, and you have to score more than 1 goal a game, because our defense, as we learned, when you park the bus and you invite shot after shot after shot, even at 85%, success rate, they're going to score a goal. And if you're up by 1, guess what? The game's now tied, and you just dropped 2 points. So you've got to be able to create some space between your offense and defense, and we just weren't doing it last year. So this year it's got to change.
Yeah, one more comment from Ari back to the Herrera thing is, I think we need Herrera to be the box-to-box guy. Herrera, again, was 19. Maturity is a must. You are right, Joe. Wow, can I get that in writing? Because I don't really hear that too often. I think that's fair to say. If you're going to have a guy to do it, it's not going to be Maxey, because he's not going to clear a ball for you. And he's also not your target guy in the box either. So I want Ring to sit back, and I would, if Herrera is the guy, which oddly enough, Ari's last name is Herrera. Are you related? I cannot believe we've been having a conversation for like 5 minutes about Yangel Herrera, and Ari Herrera, who could arguably be his brother, for all I know, is commenting on it. That's really funny. But yeah, a lot of questions that remain to be answered for sure. Dude, I want to just jump to one last little piece of news here. And Anthony is asking, did you guys see the news about Willets Point? And that was one of the last things that we were going to cover. briefly, because again, it's all such speculation. I mean, it is and it isn't, but dude, care to comment?
Yeah, you've got what you've got here. You've got two political figures within the boroughs that are advocates for a stadium, and they happen to represent the borough of Queens. Willets Point is an area that was heavily talked about that they would like something done. And again, it's an option. It's totally an option. It's not crazy inaccessible for the most part. It's actually not a terrible way to get there. I mean, you driving and train, you know, it's fairly on par with getting, you know, anywhere else in the city. At this point, at this point, you've taken so long to do something. You can't just do something just to do it. But you've got two people that are willing to help you out. So it's kind of like a starting point. Maybe we should work with these two people, and maybe these two people can help out in other boroughs. If you want to do something within Queens, these two are the people to talk to get it done. So if Queens is a route that you want to go, I don't see why this is not, you know, talked about more. But again, I don't think you're going to hear anything because it's tight-lipped. It's going to be spoken about when they're have everything finalized, when they have a rendering of what's going to, you know, what the stadium's going to look like. So at this point, we're all just going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs and speculate and, you know, who wants it here, who wants it there. Listen, somebody's going to be disappointed regardless of where they put it. You see the turnout's good in the Bronx. So if you put it back in the Bronx, I think you'll see more of the same. But again, real estate's at a premium, and this is not just, you know, moving from one apartment to another. This is trying to find, you know, upwards of 10, 12, 13 acres of land to put a stadium on, and a quality stadium at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, still very speculative. I mean, it you know, it looks like the blessing was given on the part of you know, on the part of de Blasio, I guess. But again, like, dude, we get the news when we get the news at this point. I mean, there's no point in dangling the carrot in front of us. I mean, there's not really much else we can really do about that.
Yeah, no, we're all playing the waiting game, and at this point that we have a professional soccer team to watch that's playing at a high level because we didn't have one for so many years. Now you have something, and listen, they're playing where they're playing. They were said 3 years. It looks like it's going to be more, but you know, regardless, you get to go out every Saturday, Sunday, one day during the week. You get to watch some of the you know,
5 days during the week, to be exact.
Yeah, there are 5 days during the week.
No, 5 midweek games at home.
Oh, gee, yeah. So again, you've got that opportunity afforded to you. You keep going. If you're not going to support because they're not telling you where the stadium's going to be, shame on you. I mean, you do what you want to do, but you've got to step back and realize that it's a lot harder than it looks. And if you can get something done, I'd be, you know, I would put it to anybody. If you can go find me a piece of land where nobody's gonna rip your head off for developing on it, and you're gonna shell out the money for it, you show me where to put it. But you know, we can all point, but it's not always that easy. So we just have to be patient. And again, just be happy that you get to watch soccer. You know, you get to enjoy your beers and your hot dogs there. So listen, I can't. What am I going to complain about? Like, do I like sitting behind the dugout of a baseball field?
I will.
No,
I will say, dude. I will say that I read, and this is complete from memory. I read the headline that Shake Shack is coming into Yankee Stadium.
Say what now?
Boom, Shake Shack. Going to Yankee Stadium. Again, I read it in the headline. I got to go back and check. You know, I got to fact check that, guys. But, yeah, just throwing a comment up here. Jorge is saying, NYCFC's senior year, we get our rings in December. Let's hope so, man. That'd be really exciting. And look, I'm more concerned with, you know, I think, like you always say, dude, winning is a great way to put fans in the stands, right? Of course. I'm going to be really concerned with the first half of this season on attendance at the stadium, knowing how last season kind of ended with our home away from home games and all this nonsense going on about that in the stadium and just going back and forth between fans, front office, and that kind of stuff. I just hope that the support is there. I think it will be. I know they lost some season ticket holders, but I think you're going to have some ebbs and flows every season. But I hope for a good turnout for the first half of the season.
Yeah, listen, best thing to do, win a championship. Win a championship, and people are going to look and say, wow, this championship team really should not be playing in a baseball field. A championship team, let's go see the champions. Let's go see these world-class athletes play the beautiful game. If you lose, it's very hard, especially in this city, to get people to back you.
Yeah.
This squad is our squad, and they will be our squad, until they stop playing. If they ever stop playing, they'll probably stop playing well after we're long and gone. But listen, we gotta keep our heads up and we keep going, and we try to improve year after year.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Guys, leave your lasting comments on the video if we can get to them before we wrap up. Guys, I will ask you guys one favor. The guys that are watching right now and who are listening right now, leave us a review on our Facebook page. If you're watching on Facebook Live, or even if you're listening on the podcast, leave us a review on Facebook. We really do appreciate it. We want to know your feedback. We want to know how you like this format, how you like the show in general, how long you've been listening, blah, blah, blah. We'd really appreciate the feedback. It helps us make better and better content for you. So if you can, after the show is over, or when you're ready to pop out of here, just hop over to the Facebook page that you're already on and leave a review. We'd really appreciate that. And give us the follow if you haven't already. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Dudes in Blue. Dude, do you have anything else before we get on out of here?
Not really too much. I mean, it's been fairly quiet so far. I guess we're just waiting on Ebenezer Afori. Listen, I mean, you got a guy playing on your team named Ebenezer. Automatic fan favorite. Hands down, automatic fan favorite. Just Ebenezer, how many Scrooge jokes we're gonna have throughout the year?
Yep.
So, but again, just looking forward to the Wednesday's kit release and seeing what the authentic looks like, because I think from that picture you showed and the other pictures we saw floating around, I didn't see any jock tag on the
yeah, I know what you mean,
on the jersey. So I'm curious to see what the authentic looks like, and actually looking forward to see what the rest of the clothing line looks like, because Adidas put out some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and I need a reason to empty the bank account. So, thanks, New York City FC. I will say this: if you guys are a part of the NYCFC supporters group on Facebook, I posted an image earlier. It was either today or yesterday. The home screen on the NYCFC shop has a picture of Jack Harrison and then a picture of Sean Okoli. Now, Jack, I could understand. Okoli, my comment was, didn't belong on the pitch. He definitely doesn't belong in the shop. So, guys, it's time to update the homepage. Let's go.
Yeah. Listen, this brings me back to my theory, and I will share it with all of you before we go. We've had several players that have unnatural blonde streaks of some kind in their hair. Mm-hmm. And the two that come to mind so far have been Kyrie Shelton when he first started, and Sean Okoli with the gold top he had. Both of those players really didn't pan out. So if I'm coming into this team and I got some type of streak or yellow going through my hair,
get rid of it.
I'd be very careful.
Get rid of
very careful.
Just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it now.
You become very streaky.
Absolutely. I think the only player that could pull it off is Moderita, and he ended up being hurt like 3/4 of last season.
See what happens?
So
that's true. That's very, very true. Last two comments here real quick. Andre says, kind of slow news this week. We just need them kits. Yes, very, very true. And Tom Dixon just says #JockTag because that's fun.
Hashtag jock tag.
That's try to say that 5 times fast. Very, very difficult.
I'm not.
Please don't. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Listen to me. I am like, do I have the flu? My son has the flu, by the way, and I think it's already hitting me. It literally just happened. But thanks so much for watching and listening. I'm not even going to say watching. I'm going to say watching. Thank you so much for consuming the Dudes in Blue. We love being consumed. Make sure to leave us the review on Facebook, iTunes, wherever you're listening or watching us. We really do appreciate it, guys. And until next week, we will be here Monday night, 8 p.m., every Monday night at 8 p.m. with a brand new live episode of the Dudes in Blue. And you can always download it the next day on iTunes, the Apple Music Store, wherever you listen to podcasts. So we appreciate you listening. And until next week, dude, stay blue.
Peace.